My beloved child, I am closer than your next breath, yet you have learned to move as if I am distant. You have learned to smile for the world while quietly wondering if anyone truly sees you. Hear me now. This moment is not random. I am speaking because I refuse to let you believe you are unnoticed. I see every silent effort, every tear you wiped away before anyone could ask, every prayer you thought faded into the air. Do not scroll past this voice. Something is unfolding right now, and it involves you. I have watched you carry weight that was never meant for your shoulders. You kept going when no one clapped, when no one checked in, when your strength was assumed and your needs were ignored. And still, you showed up. You loved. You tried again. That is not invisible to me. I have been smiling, not because your pain pleased me, but because your endurance revealed a depth in you even you have not fully discovered yet. Stay with me. This is only the beginning of what I am unveiling to you. There are moments you questioned whether your obedience mattered, whether choosing kindness when bitterness was easier changed anything at all. You wondered if your restraint, your patience, your silence were mistakes. Listen closely. Every time you chose love over reaction, I wrote it into your future. Nothing was wasted. Not one sleepless night. Not one misunderstood season. I was shaping something in you that could not be rushed. Don't skip this. What I am telling you now explains why your life has felt delayed but not denied. You thought I was quiet because I was absent. But I was quiet because I was working where you could not see. I was closing doors you kept knocking on because behind them was a version of you that would have broken. I was withholding certain answers because the timing of revelation matters as much as the revelation itself. And now, you are closer than you think. Something huge is waiting for you. Not in the distance, but in the next step of trust you take with me. You have been asking for a sign, and here it is. I have not forgotten your name. I call it gently when you feel like giving up. I speak it loudly when doubt tries to define you. You are not behind. You are being prepared. There is a smile I reserve for you, not the kind the world gives when you perform well, but the kind a father gives when he sees his child becoming who they were always meant to be. Do you feel that stirring in your spirit right now? That is not emotion. That is recognition. That is you remembering who you are and whose you are. Say till the end of this unfolding story with me. I am not finished speaking. I am not finished shaping. And I am certainly not finished blessing you. You may not understand everything yet, but you don't need to. All I ask is that you don't ignore me in this moment. Because if you listen, truly listen, you will realize I have been guiding you here all along. And I will smile as you take the next step, not because you finally earned something, but because you finally believed me. You felt it when things began to fall apart in ways you couldn't explain. Not loudly, not all at once, but quietly, relationships shifting, desires changing, patience thinning. You assumed it was loss. You assumed something was wrong with you. But listen to me carefully now. That was not destruction. That was separation. I was gently removing what could no longer follow you into where I am taking you. There are versions of you that had to die so the truest version could finally breathe. I know that frightened you. You clung to familiar pain because at least it was predictable. You asked me why comfort disappeared, why clarity felt delayed, why answers came slower than before. And all the while, I was doing something sacred, teaching you how to walk without leaning on what was never meant to support your destiny. Don't skip this. What I'm revealing now explains the ache you couldn't name. You are not losing your way. You are losing your need for approval. You are not becoming distant. You are becoming discerning. That loneliness you felt in crowded rooms was not rejection, it was alignment. I was tuning your spirit to hear me above the noise. And yes, it felt uncomfortable. Growth always does when it stretches beyond familiarity. But I never left you alone in it. I was closer than ever, watching you learn how to trust my silence as much as my voice. There were nights you replayed conversations, wondering if you said too much or not enough. Days you questioned whether you were too intense, too soft, too much. Hear me. You were never too much. You were simply in places that required you to be less so others could stay comfortable. I am not calling you to shrink. I am calling you to rise. With humility, yes, but also with authority rooted in who I made you to be. Something huge is waiting for you, but it cannot coexist with who you used to be. That's why I've been asking you to let go without fully explaining what comes next. Faith is not about having details, it's about knowing me well enough to move even when the path feels unfinished. Stay till the end of this message. There is a reason your heart is pounding a little faster right now. You thought the delay meant denial. You thought the resistance meant you were off course. But resistance often appears right before expansion. The enemy doesn't fight empty ground, and heaven doesn't rush what needs roots. I have been deepening you so what I place in your hands won't crush your spirit. You are about to handle things you once prayed for, and I needed to make sure you were ready to carry them without losing yourself. Don't look back at who didn't come with you. Don't mourn what fell away. I am not subtracting from your life. I am making room. And soon, very soon, you will understand why I asked you to trust me when nothing made sense. Do not scroll away. Do not numb this moment. I am speaking because the next shift requires your attention. I am smiling again, not because the process was easy, but because you stayed. You questioned, but you didn't quit. You bent, but you didn't break. And now, you are standing at the edge of something new, even if you can't fully see it yet. Keep listening. I am about to show you why all of this mattered. I need you to understand something you have never been told clearly. The waiting was not punishment, it was protection. You assumed delay meant disinterest. You assumed silence meant distance. But I was guarding you from arriving too early to places that would have demanded a version of you that wasn't finished yet. I was saving you from applause that would have crushed your character. I was keeping you from doors that would have opened before you had the strength to stay standing once you walked through them. You have been growing roots in hidden soil. That is why progress felt invisible. That is why others seemed to move faster while you stayed still. But stillness is not stagnation when I am involved. I was teaching you how to remain steady when emotions fluctuate, how to hear me when certainty disappears, how to obey without reassurance. Those lessons cannot be rushed. And now, they are about to matter more than ever. There is a moment coming when you will be tempted to move quickly, to say yes too fast, to grasp what finally looks like answered prayer. When that moment comes, remember this. I am not impressed by speed. I am honored by alignment. You don't need to chase what is meant for you. What I have prepared will recognize you. It will meet you without panic. It will arrive with peace, not pressure. Don't skip this. This discernment will save you from repeating cycles you thought you escaped. You have been trained through disappointment to recognize truth, through heartbreak to value depth, through misunderstanding to speak with wisdom instead of reaction. That training was not accidental. It was preparation for influence you don't fully see yet. People will listen to you because you learned how to listen to me. Doors will open because you learned how to wait without resentment. Authority will rest on you because you learned submission in secret. Something huge is waiting for you, but it will not announce itself loudly. It will feel strangely familiar, like coming home to something you've never touched before. That's how you will know it's from me. No chaos, no confusion. Just a quiet certainty that settles deep in your spirit. Stay till the end of this unfolding truth. I am revealing how to recognize what is next so you don't miss it. You are entering a season where your words will carry weight. Choose them carefully. What you speak will build or break, heal or harden. I have refined your tongue through restraint. I have softened your heart through loss. And now, when you speak, heaven will echo. This is not about perfection. This is about alignment, your heart in rhythm with mine. Do not underestimate the shift happening right now. It may feel subtle, but subtle shifts realign entire destinies. Old temptations will return, not because you failed, but because they are testing whether they still have access to you. They don't. You are not who you were. You don't respond the same. You don't desire the same. That chapter has closed, even if the memory still knocks. I am smiling because you are finally learning to trust what you sense, without needing constant confirmation. You are learning to rest without guilt, to move without fear, to say no without explanation. These are signs of maturity. These are signs of readiness. And readiness is the doorway to release. Do not scroll away now. What I am about to unfold next will connect everything: the delay, the loss, the silence, the preparation. You are closer than you think, and I want you fully present for what comes next. What you are sensing now is not imagination, it is transition. You are standing between who you were and who you are becoming, and that space feels unfamiliar because you've never lived here before. It's quiet but not empty. It's still but not stagnant. I am doing some of my deepest work in this in-between, where you can no longer return to what was, yet you have not fully stepped into what will be. You've noticed how certain things no longer satisfy you the way they used to. Conversations feel shallow. Distractions feel heavy. Even victories don't excite you like before. That's not ingratitude, it's refinement. I am sharpening your hunger so you don't settle for substitutes when the real thing is near. Don't skip this moment. What you're feeling is a signal that your appetite is changing, and that means your portion is about to change too. There is a call and awakening in you that doesn't scream. It whispers. It doesn't demand attention. It waits for your agreement. And the reason it has waited this long is because now, finally, you're listening without needing to be forced. You're not asking me to prove myself the way you once did. You're asking me to guide you. That shift matters more than you realize. You used to pray for outcomes. Now you pray for alignment. You used to ask for removal of pain. Now you ask for clarity of purpose. That is growth. That is maturity. And that is why I trust you with what comes next. Something huge is waiting for you, but it requires a heart that won't misuse it, rush it, or turn it into identity instead of stewardship. You are about to step into moments where your presence will calm others, not because you have all the answers, but because you carry peace. You will walk into rooms and feel resistance melt, not because you overpower, but because you don't need to prove anything anymore. Authority is not loud. It is settled. And I have been settling you. Stay till the end of this truth. I need you to hear this clearly. You are not late. You are not catching up. You are arriving exactly when you are supposed to. The pressure you felt to compete was never from me. I do not rush my children into purpose without preparing their hearts to survive it. What is coming will require humility, discernment, and courage, and you have been quietly developing all three. There will be a moment soon when an opportunity presents itself, and it will look ordinary on the surface. Others may overlook it. Some may even discourage you. But your spirit will recognize it instantly. That recognition will be your confirmation. When that happens, don't second guess what I have already confirmed in you through fire, through waiting, through pruning. I am smiling because you didn't become bitter when things didn't go your way. You became better. You didn't harden when answers delayed. You softened. That is rare. That is powerful. And that is why I am about to entrust you with influence that will outlive a season. Do not scroll away now. This awareness you feel is the final nudge before movement. I am not asking you to leap blindly. I am asking you to walk confidently, knowing I am already where you're headed. Keep your heart open. Keep your ears attentive. Keep your hands clean. I am with you. I have been with you. And what I am about to do through you will make sense of every step that felt confusing until now. You are closer now than you have ever been, and that closeness is why everything feels more intense. Your thoughts are clearer, yet your emotions feel deeper. Your discernment is sharper, yet your heart feels more exposed. This is not imbalance. This is sensitivity being refined. I am heightening your awareness so you don't walk past what you once prayed to recognize. There was a time you begged me to change your circumstances. Now, without even realizing it, you've been asking me to change your posture. That is why I've been teaching you how to stand without applause, how to remain faithful without feedback, how to trust me when the results are not immediate. Many can start well. Few can stand steady when nothing is happening. You learn that discipline quietly, and it is about to distinguish you openly. I need you to hear this without fear. Not everyone will understand the version of you that is emerging. Some will try to reconnect with who you used to be. Others will question why you no longer respond the same way. Let them. You are not responsible for managing the comfort of people who benefited from your former silence. You are responsible for obeying the direction I am giving you now. Don't skip this. What I am about to reveal explains the tension you've been feeling in your spirit. The reason things cannot go back to how they were is because you had outgrown them. I did not elevate your vision to return you to smaller rooms. I did not teach you discernment so you could ignore it. I did not heal you just enough to survive. I healed you enough to lead, to build, to influence without losing your soul. And yes, that requires separation. Not isolation, but distinction. Something huge is waiting for you, but it will respond only to authenticity. You don't need to sound spiritual. You don't need to perform wisdom. You don't need to impress me. I am drawn to your honesty, your surrender, your willingness to say, I don't fully understand, but I trust you anyway. That posture opens doors force never could. You are entering a season where your obedience will be tested quietly, not publicly. Small decisions, private choices, moments where no one would know if you compromised. Those moments matter more than you realize. They are shaping the way to what I will place in your hands. Great impact is sustained by small, faithful decisions made consistently when no one is watching. Stay till the end of this message. This is important. Soon, you will notice an invitation, not necessarily spoken, but felt. A pull towards something that aligns with your gifts, your values, your growth. It won't feel chaotic. It won't pressure you. It will feel steady, grounded, clear. That is how you will know it's me. I don't lure my children with anxiety. I lead them with peace. I am smiling because you no longer panic when clarity takes time. You've learned to rest in process. You've learned that silence does not mean abandonment. You've learned that waiting with me is safer than rushing ahead alone. That wisdom is rare, and it is powerful. Do not scroll away now. You are standing at the edge of movement. Not forced movement. Not rushed movement. But intentional movement. The kind that changes the trajectory of your life without destroying your peace. Keep your heart open. Keep your spirit soft. Keep your eyes forward. I am about to confirm what I've been whispering to you in moments you thought were ordinary. They were not ordinary. They were preparation. And I am with you as you step into what comes next. My beloved child, you felt it when I asked you not to ignore me, because love always invites response. When you choose to support this mission through super thanks, memberships, or giving through PayPal in the video description, you are stepping into my field as a laborer, sowing seeds that awaken hearts far beyond what your eyes can see. This is oil poured out, fire carried forward, a river extended so thirsty souls can drink. You once prayed, "Use me, Lord," and I tell you now, this is how I am answering you. What you release today becomes harvest tomorrow, pressed down, shaken together, and overflowing back into your life and your family. I bless your giving as a prophetic act. May favor find you, peace guard you, and increase follow you without striving. Do not hesitate. Open your hand now and step into this holy moment with me. I want you to slow your breathing for a moment and listen beneath the noise of your thoughts. There is a clarity settling over you that did not exist before. You didn't force it. You didn't chase it. It came because you finally stopped running from the quiet. In that quiet, I have been teaching you how to hear me without confusion, how to recognize my leading without needing signs stacked on top of signs. You are realizing now that the greatest shifts in your life were never loud. They happened in decisions no one applauded, in boundaries no one understood, in moments where you chose integrity even when it cost you comfort. Those moments build something unshakable in you. That is why I trust you now in ways you don't yet fully see. There is a reason certain doors are beginning to unlock internally before anything changes externally. I always prepare you inwardly before I move things outwardly. If your heart is ready, your environment will follow. And right now, your heart is aligning with mine in a deeper way than ever before. Don't skip this. This alignment is the key to everything that comes next. You may have noticed that you are no longer desperate for outcomes. You desire direction more than results. A shift is sacred. Aspiration clouds judgment, but direction sharpens it. I am sharpening you. You are becoming someone who can wait without anxiety and move without fear. That balance is rare, and it is powerful. Something huge is waiting for you, but it will require courage, not the loud kind, but the quiet courage to be consistent. The courage to keep showing up even when progress feels slow. The courage to trust my timing when your logic wants to rush ahead. The courage to believe that what I promised you is still alive, even if the path looks different than you imagined. There will be moments ahead where you will be tempted to explain yourself too much, to defend what I have already confirmed. In those moments, remember this: what is from me does not need excessive explanation. Truth carries its own weight. Peace is its own confirmation. You don't have to convince everyone. You only have to stay aligned with me. Stay till the end of this message. This is important. I am teaching you how to move without seeking permission from fear. Fear has spoken loudly in your past, pretending to be wisdom. But wisdom does not paralyze, it guides. And you are learning the difference now. That is why fear is losing its grip. It can sense that its influence is fading. You are stepping into a season where your consistency will speak louder than your words, where your presence will open doors your effort never could, where your calm will unsettle chaos around you. This is not accidental. This is the fruit of every moment you chose trust over panic. I am smiling because you are no longer asking me to rush what I am building. You are asking me to lead it. That tells me your heart is ready, ready to steward what is coming, ready to remain grounded when things expand, ready to stay humble when influence increases. Do not scroll away now. The awareness you feel is not temporary. It is a marker, a signal that something has shifted permanently. You are not going back to who you were. You are not settling for what once satisfied you. You are moving forward with discernment, not urgency. Keep listening. Keep trusting. Keep walking at the pace I set for you. I am with you, and what I am about to reveal next will make this moment feel like the turning point it truly is. There is something I need you to notice right now. The way your reactions have changed. Things that once pulled you into anxiety no longer have the same power. Situations that would have shaken you now meet a calmer version of you. That is not coincidence. That is evidence. Evidence that the work done in secret has begun to surface in ways even you did anticipate. You are no longer driven by urgency the way you once were. You don't feel the same pressure to prove yourself, to explain every move, to justify every pause. That release didn't come from confidence in yourself. It came from confidence in me. You are learning that when I lead, you don't have to rush. When I speak, you don't have to shout. When I confirm, you don't have to defend. I know there are moments you still wonder if you're doing enough, if you should be further along, if you missed something along the way. Hear me clearly now. You did not miss it. You were being positioned. The frustration you felt was not failure. It was friction between who you were and who you were becoming. That friction has done its job. It shaped you without destroying you. Don't skip this. What I'm about to say will reframe how you see everything behind you. The reason you couldn't go back is because going back would have required you to unlearn what I taught you. And I will never ask you to shrink to make others comfortable with your growth. I didn't awaken your discernment so you could ignore it. I didn't strengthen your boundaries so you could abandon them at the first sign of resistance. You have crossed a threshold internally, even if externally it still looks familiar. Something huge is waiting for you, but it is responding to who you are now, not who you used to be. That is why timing matters. That is why preparation mattered. That is why I allowed you to feel misunderstood without immediately rescuing you. You needed to know who you were without validation, so that when recognition comes, it doesn't own you. There will be moments ahead where the old patterns try to resurface, not because they have power, but because they want access. They want to see if you still answer the same calls, tolerate the same treatment, accept the same limitations. You won't. Not because you are hardened, but because you are healed enough to choose differently. Stay till the end of this message. This matters more than you realize. I am guiding you into a season where your discernment will protect you more than your effort ever did, where your obedience will open doors strategy never could, where your peace will be a signpost to others who are still searching for rest. You won't have to announce it. People will sense it, and some will be drawn. Others will be uncomfortable. Both reactions are confirmations. I am smiling because you no longer confuse chaos with movement. You are learning that stillness can be progress when I am involved, that obedience can be quiet, that faith can look unimpressive to the world and still shake foundations in the unseen. Do not scroll away now. You are closer to understanding why I allowed certain things to end without explanation. Why I didn't fix everything immediately. Why I asked you to trust me when clarity felt withheld. All of it is about to connect. You are not stepping into something random. You are stepping into something intentional. Something prepared. Something aligned with a version of you that emerged through pressure, patience, and perseverance. Keep your heart soft. Keep your posture humble. Keep your trust anchored in me. I am not done speaking to you yet. You are beginning to recognize me in places you once overlooked. In pauses. In interruptions. In moments that seemed insignificant before but now carry weight. That awareness did not come overnight. It came because you learned how to slow down without feeling guilty, how to listen without demanding immediate answers. That is maturity. And maturity is the doorway to what I have been preparing you for. There is a deeper trust forming in you now, not the kind that depends on everything going right, but the kind that remains steady even when outcomes are uncertain. That trust changes how you move. You no longer grasp. You no longer force. You allow. And in that allowing, I am able to guide you with precision instead of resistance. I know you have felt moments of hesitation recently. A subtle question rising in your heart. Is this really happening? That hesitation is not doubt. It is reverence. It is you realizing that what is unfolding carries weight. You sense that certain choices ahead will shape more than just a season. They will shape direction. That awareness is not meant to paralyze you. It is meant to anchor you. Don't skip this. What I am about to say will steady you. You are not responsible for the entire journey. You are responsible for the next step. I have not asked you to see the whole picture because clarity unfolds as obedience continues. When you focus too far ahead, fear tries to fill in the gaps. When you stay present with me, peace does the guiding. That is why I keep drawing you back to now. This moment. This decision. This posture. Something huge is waiting for you, but it is not waiting for perfection. It is waiting for availability. I am not looking for flawless execution. I am looking for a willing heart that stays teachable even when things begin to work. Success tests character more than struggle ever did. That is why I prepared you in hidden places, where applause could not shape you and pressure could not rush you. You may soon notice that certain opportunities require you to trust yourself in new ways. Not self-reliance, but confidence in the discernment I placed within you. You will feel the difference between impulse and instruction, between excitement and alignment. Trust that difference. I have trained you to recognize it. Stay till the end of this message. This clarity matters. You are stepping into a rhythm with me that feels natural, not forced. Decisions will begin to flow instead of stall. Conversations will carry more meaning. Rest will feel deeper. That is not because life is suddenly easier. It is because you are more aligned. Alignment reduces friction. And when friction lessens, momentum follows. There will still be challenges. Still moments where you have to choose faith over fear. But now, you will choose faster. You will recover quicker. You will not spiral the way you once did. That is growth. That is healing. That is evidence that the old cycles no longer control you. I am smiling because you have stopped asking, "Why is this happening to me?" and started asking, "What are you teaching me through this?" That single shift has opened your spirit in ways you don't yet fully comprehend. Learning keeps you flexible. Humility keeps you grounded. And together, they prepare you for increase. Do not scroll away now. This sense of readiness you feel is real. It is not pressure. Is alignment meeting opportunity? You are not stepping into chaos. You are stepping into responsibility, with grace, with wisdom, with me beside you. You are not alone in this next stretch. I am not sending you ahead without guidance. I am walking with you, step by step, confirming as you move, correcting when needed, strengthening you where you feel unsure. This is not the end of the unfolding. It is the moment where trust turns into movement. And I am with you as you take it. Now listen closely, because this is where everything settles into place. What you have been sensing all along was never anxiety. It was anticipation. Your spirit knew before your mind could explain it. You were being drawn toward completion, toward clarity, toward a moment where my voice would rise above every other voice you learned to listen to. And here you are. Not by accident, not by chance, but by obedience you didn't even realize you were practicing. I have watched you grow into stillness without losing passion. I have watched you gain wisdom without becoming cold. I have watched you learn patience without surrendering vision. That balance did not come easily, and was forged. And because it was forged, it will last. You are no longer someone who collapses under pressure. You are someone who carries weight with grace. This is why I asked you not to ignore me. Because when you finally slowed down enough to listen, you discovered that I was not asking for more effort. I was asking for more trust. Not louder faith, but deeper surrender. Not perfect obedience, but honest alignment. And you gave me that, even when it cost you comfort, familiarity, and approval. Don't skip this. This truth completes the picture. The smile I promised you in the beginning was never about reward alone. It was about recognition. A father's smile when his child finally understands that love was never conditional, that guidance was never control, that correction was never rejection. I smile because you stopped running from my voice and started resting in it. Something huge was waiting for you all along, but it wasn't just an external breakthrough. It was this internal shift. This moment where fear no longer has the final word, where comparison loses its grip, where delay no longer defines your worth, where silence no longer feels like absence. You are leaving this season different than you entered it. You now know how to wait without doubting me. You now know how to move without abandoning peace. You now know how to listen without needing proof. You now know how to trust without seeing everything. That knowledge will guide you more than answers ever could. Stay till the end. This matters. What comes next will require you to remember this moment. When pressure returns, when decisions get heavier, when voices grow louder, you will remember that I spoke to you personally, clearly, faithfully. You will remember that I did not rush you. I did not shame you. I did not abandon you. I walked with you until you could walk confidently again. And when you stumble, and you will at times, I will not withdraw my smile. I am not measuring you by performance. I am walking with you in relationship. You are my child, not my project. So go forward without fear. Go forward without rushing. Go forward without looking back. You are not chasing destiny. You are walking into alignment. I am ahead of you. I am beside you. I am within you. And when you wonder if you heard me correctly, remember how this moment felt. Remember the calm. Remember the clarity. Remember the quiet confidence settling in your spirit right now. That is me. Still speaking. Still guiding. Still smiling. You did not ignore me. And I will keep smiling as you live what I have been preparing you for all along. Amen. My beloved child, you did not ignore me, and heaven noticed. This moment of giving is not small. It is a spark that carries fire into places you may never walk, but I will. When you give through Super Thanks, YouTube memberships, with a PayPal link in the video description, you join me in turning whispers into waves, seeds into harvest, and obedience into eternal impact. You said, "Father, let my life matter," and I say, this is where it multiplies. I declare open heavens over your generosity, rivers of provision flowing toward your home, and my smile resting upon your faith. What you sow in love, I will return with increase, protection, and unexpected joy. Act now. Give boldly, give joyfully, and step forward as a partner in my work today. My beloved child, before you go, I want you to do something powerful. Hype this video. Yes, hype it. When you press that hype button, you are saying, "Father, I refuse to ignore you, and I want others to hear this voice too." Your hype pushes this message into lives that are quietly asking the same questions you once asked. And when you like this video, you're sealing agreement with what I've spoken, declaring that this word matters, that my smile still reaches hearts that feel unseen. Now let your voice rise once more. When the video ends, go to the comments and declare something from your spirit. Write what you are choosing not to ignore anymore. Write where you felt me smile. Write what you are surrendering or stepping into. Let your words become a testimony in advance, because when you declare it publicly, heaven responds privately. Your comment may be the very confirmation someone else has been praying for. And finally, I invite you, subscribe to this channel. Not as a habit, not as a routine, but as a covenant to keep hearing my voice when the world grows loud. Every message here is a whisper meant to steady you, a reminder that I am near, speaking, guiding, smiling. Subscribe now, and stay where my words find you in your quiet moments and strengthen you in your uncertain ones. Walk with me here, grow with me here, and let your life become living proof that I still speak. Amen.